Hello everyone. This is part 2 series of cyclones lesson. In the first lesson we have discussed the concept of cyclones and we discussed in detail about tropical cyclones. In this lesson we'll be discussing in detail about temperate cyclones. Okay, so I am Bhumika Saini. I have done my engineering from NIT Jaipur. You can follow me on Unacademy by following this link. Unacademy courses are free of cost, but if you like the course, you can pay an optional fee by following the contribute link on Unacademy. Now what are cyclones? That we had discussed in the first lesson also, that these are low pressure meteorological systems where the wind is moving towards the center along a curved path, right? We had already done this, and with increasing centripetal acceleration and the Coriolis effect towards the center, so they move in anti-clockwise direction in northern hemisphere and clockwise direction in southern hemisphere, right? And these are secondary circulations. Okay, they actually lead to this latitudinal heat balance, right? Because they transfer heat and moisture across the latitudes, right? Now as I told you earlier also, that these are of two types. In the tropical regions, these are known as tropical cyclones. In the temperate regions, these are known as temperate cyclones or extra tropical cyclones, right? So in this lesson we'll be discussing temperate cyclones in detail. So let's study about temperate cyclone. Now temperate cyclone, the formation of temperate cyclone can be classified into 5 stages: the initial stage, then the juvenile stage, mature stage when the cyclone is fully developed, then stage of occlusion and dissipation stage. Okay, now what happens in the initial stage? See here, the cold and warm air mass, these are pushed by polar easterlies and westerlies. See this diagram. Here we have polar easterlies, here we have westerlies, right? So this is the cold air mass, this is the warm air mass. So cold air mass and warm air mass, they are pushed by polar easterlies and westerlies, right? Now here the physical contrast is greater. That means one air mass is cold and the other air mass is warm, right? So what happens? Initially the horizontal mixing does not take place, right? And they hold their respective position along the horizontal plane. So this is stationary front, that is stationary front is maintained here, because horizontal mixing doesn't take place in this phase, that is the initial phase. Okay, as two air mass they come closer along the axis of dilation, the winds begin to outflow. This is the axis of dilation, this is XY axis, this is the axis of dilation, and the winds began to outflow from this region, right? Because here horizontal mixing doesn't take place in the initial stage. Now in the diagram you can see XY is the axis of dilation along which a constant outflow is maintained. This is the outflow, right, along which a constant outflow is maintained. Since the westerlies, these are more effective along the eastern section of the stationary front, right, and the polar easterlies are more active along the western section. You can see it here. Polar easterlies, they are more active along this western section, and westerlies, they are more active along the eastern section, right? That's why in the next stage you will see this kink develops, right? Because polar easterlies are more active here, and westerlies, they are more active in the eastern section. Okay, so the outflow is in opposite direction from the center O, right? So this happens in the initial stage, that is here a stationary front is maintained and outflow takes place. Okay, now in the second stage, that is the juvenile stage, here the cyclones starts developing. Since the polar easterlies are more forceful along the western section, that's what I told you, here the polar easterlies are more forceful, so that means here the cold air mass is more active, right? And here the westerlies are more forceful or more active, so here warm air mass is more active, right? So what will happen? Cold air, it will push the warm air and gradually lift it. Here cold air mass, it will push the warm air, right? And that's why here cold front will be formed. Okay, these front we have already discussed in another lesson. So on the other hand, in the eastern section, the westerlies are more effective and warm air is pushing the cold air, right? So on the eastern section, warm front will be created. Here it is warm front, here it is cold front. Okay, so this is the frontogenesis stage, right? And stationary front here is transformed into oscillatory waves. You can see it here. This was the stationary front, here it is oscillatory waves. A kink has been developed. Why? Because here easterlies, polar easterlies are more active, here westerlies are more active. Here it is cold front and here it is warm front. Okay, now along O you can see that low pressure develops kink formation, right? It bends the isobars and winds takes the curved path. So at center nascent cyclone begins, right? So at center O here the winds are converging, you can see it here. So the cyclone has just begun to form, right? Now in the mature stage we'll see that the cyclone is fully developed and the fronts, the cold front and the warm front, are in the stage of maturity. You can see it here. This is the third stage, that is the mature stage. Here the cold front and warm front, they are mature. All the isobars, you can see they are fully developed, right? There is wind convergence at the center. Okay, so in this the isobars become circular and develop kink, As the cold easterlies and westerlies they push further in their respective sector, the horizontal mixing is accelerated. In this zone, in this third stage, you will find that horizontal mixing is accelerated. In this stage, it was the horizontal mixing was not taking place. Okay. Now this situation, the mature stage situation, may exist for 48 to 72 hours. Now what happens is the warm air is rising gradually, right, and it is hovering around the center. It becomes the zone of mixing, maximum activity and rainfall. So this area, that is the zone of maximum activity and rainfall. Okay. Now the cyclone, it brings about a variety of weather conditions. We have already discussed in the fronts lesson that this cold front, it brings about it leads to cumulonimbus clouds and lightning and thunder, and warm front, it brings about nimbus clouds and it leads to drizzle and rainfall, right? So the climatic conditions or the weather conditions associated with both the cold and warm front we have already discussed in another lesson on fronts, right? So this cyclone, it brings about a variety of weather conditions depending on whether it is a cold front or warm front. Okay. Now the last second stage, that is the penultimate stage before cyclolysis, that is the stage of occlusion. Now what happens in this, the cold and warm front, they come very close to each other over the ground, and what happens, the cold air is mixing while warm air, it is uplifting, right? So warm air has been lifted and warm air moves towards polar region and it hangs behind the cold air. You can see this one here. This is the fourth stage. Can you see this? This is the cold air, right? The cold air mass is spreading over the ground and the warm air is gradually lifting, right? So this is the stage of occlusion, right? And gradually what will happen in the last stage, that is dissipation stage, cold air will finally occupy the warm sector over the ground. So over the ground there will be only cold air mass and warm air will be completely uplifted, right? So warm air, it moves to poles and between them again stationary front is recreated and heat exchange between the latitudes has taken place, right? So these are the 5 stages of temperate cyclone. Initial stage, juvenile stage, mature stage, this was the stage of occlusion, and after this dissipation stage takes place. Okay. Now let's discuss the last topic in cyclone, that is difference between tropical and temperate cyclones. Okay. Now temperate cyclones, their diameter is more, that is ranging between 1600 to 3200 kilometers. Tropical cyclone diameter range between 100 to 500 kilometer. Then temperate cyclones, they are formed both over land and sea surface. See here the concept of air mass and front is more prominent, right? So they are formed both over land and sea surface. In tropical cyclone, these are formed only on sea, and I told you that the minimum sea surface temperature should be 27 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now these are formed in both winters and summers, but tropical cyclone, they are formed in summers. Their period of origin is limited to April to September. Why? Because they need minimum sea surface temperature of 27 degrees Celsius. Now the location, that is 40 to 65 degree latitudes, these are temperate cyclones are formed, and between 8 to 30 degrees latitudes tropical cyclones are formed, right? Why not why not between 5 degree north to 5 degree south? That also we have discussed, because these tropical cyclones, they need Coriolis force, right? And near the equator or at the equator the Coriolis force is 0. Okay. Now these are non-catastrophic, they bring moderate weather conditions. These are catastrophic, right? The wind velocity is approximately 40 km per hour. Here the wind velocity is very high, 120 to 450 km per hour, right? These are driven by westerlies, that means these temperate cyclones, they move from west to east. On the contrary, tropical cyclones are driven by trade winds, they move from east to west. Okay. This influences the temperate western margins, because these are driven by westerlies, since they are moving from west to east, so they are influencing the temperate western margins, right? So western margins of the continent, the land in the temperate areas. It influences tropical, subtropical, eastern margins. Why? Because they are moving from east to west. Now they die as the fronts and air mixing is completed. So at the frontolysis stage they die. Now tropical cyclone, they die once the latent heat of condensation or the energy supply, that is the moisture supply, is cut off, right? So these are the difference between tropical and temperate cyclone. We have discussed tropical cyclone in detail, the different stages. Similarly, we have discussed temperate cyclone in detail. Okay. Thank you.